I think Canelo is a really good during his time. And you can only beat the guys during your time. He is a really good fighter. Where I have a problem is he's not the greatest Mexican fighter from a country that has great history in fighting and has great Mexican champions and world champions that have greater resumes, that fought greater competition. And it's not his fault. He could only fight and beat the guys he was around. But he lost to some of the best guys. These guys beat the best guys. They lost. Everyone loses, but they beat the best guys too. Guys like Chavez and Salvador Sanchez and Ruben Olivares. So I'm just saying that I'm not disrespecting Canelo and saying that he's not a real good fighter. Tremendous. I'm saying he's not what the fanatical fans make him and what some of the pundits and writers make him, because they want to make him that during their time so they can point and say, this great fighter was around during my time, because Sugar Ray Robinson wasn't around during their time. Ruben Olivares wasn't around during their time. You know, Henry Armstrong wasn't around during their time.
Boxing Hall of Famer, trainer, and analyst Teddy Atlas says that Canelo's a real good fighter, but he's not the best and greatest fighter in Mexico's history. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, that was Teddy Atlas on his show, and he was just weighing in on the whole Canelo versus Charlo fight that just took place. And the fight, that's what the show is called, the fight with Teddy Atlas. He does not believe that Canelo Alvarez is the greatest we've seen out of Mexico. And I'm going to tell you off the jump, I agree with that sentiment. He's cool, but at the end of the day, I can't say he's greater than past fighters, because I've said it for so many years on my channel. Canelo moves in a certain... First of all, Canelo can never be the greatest. Let's be clear. Never be the greatest, because Canelo does Canelo things. Canelo moves in a certain way that past Mexican greats, or just past greats in general, either A, didn't choose to do, B, they refused to do, or C, it just wasn't available to them, or whatever the reason is. So that being said, I can't say that Canelo Alvarez is the greatest, because he does not move like many of the Hall of Famers and legendary fighters and, you know, grand campeons that we've seen in boxing history. He kind of beats to the sound of his own drum. Pause. And in doing that, he can never be, in my eyes, considered greater than a lot of Mexican champions like Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales and Julio Cesar Chavez. For me, the greatest fighter out of Mexico of all time is Salvador Sanchez. It's unfortunate that his untimely death caused him to not, have the full span of a normal career, but that dude had it, Next would probably be like Julio Cesar Chavez. He went like 89-0, beat the Black Mamba, Floyd's uncle, rest in peace, Roger Mayweather, and, Hall of Fame resume and stuff like that. Even though I thought he lost to Pernell Whitaker. But, Pernell Whitaker's that boy. Rest in peace to him as well. Canelo also, for me, he has more losses than his actual record would indicate. He has fights where he didn't lose on paper, but the world of boxing and anybody who watched it, many people felt he lost. Like,
had no God. Hey, Max, his punch is not Kazakh.
The Triple G, the first fight. Some people even had Canelo lose in the second fight. Maybe I have to rewatch it to re-examine it, but I had Canelo winning the second fight. But I was live. I went to Canelo Triple G. I was credentialed media. And in that first fight, I thought Triple G won. It was a close fight, but I thought Triple G won. I think Canelo, he kind of fizzled out. He came out boxing and moving and using his legs much more than we've seen. And I think that made him tired. Plus Golovkin's jab and Golovkin's just brute force and power. So I thought he lost that fight. Erislandy Lara, another fight that comes to mind. Some people even said Austin Trout. Now, I think, me personally, I think he beat Austin Trout. However, the bullish was the open scoring. I am not a fan of open scoring. And if you're new to boxing, what open scoring is you get privy to the judge's scorecard mid-fight. So you know if you're up, if you're down, if they have it about even, you know those things. And I don't think the fighter should be able to be privy to that information and know if they're up or down in a fight. That's garbage. That it doesn't even make sense for the fighter to have that information. And that's exactly what happened in Texas. What a coincidence with Canelo and Austin Trout. So midway through the fight, they told Canelo that he's way up and the judges all have him up by X amount of rounds. And they told Trout basically he needed a knockout to win or he was really down. So Trout started going for broke and getting real aggressive and kind of abandoned the game plan, which is not even his style of fight. It's not his style of fight to just throw caution to the wind and walk you down and all this other stuff. So in doing that, he ended up getting dropped and Canelo kind of took the rest of the fight lightly and like took rounds off, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. And Canelo like put it in cruise control. And meanwhile, Trout has to get aggressive and really fight in a style that's not his own, trying to win. And I'm not a big fan of that. So I agree here with Teddy Atlas. Long story short, don't think Canelo is the greatest that we've seen from Mexico. And I don't think by a long shot. He also is fighting a guy like 2 divisions below him. And this is not the first time where he fought someone significantly smaller than him. Like, just hear me out. Canelo was fighting Cotto. He looked significantly bigger than Cotto. Significantly bigger than Cotto. And he goes the distance with Cotto. You know, versus like you got a guy like Antonio Margarito who was in the same weight class and he ended up stopping Cotto. You know, albeit there's some potential controversy there. That's what happened, right? Pacquiao stopped Cotto. But you have Canelo, who is like big and supposed to be real strong and was way bigger than Cotto, doesn't stop him. He's way bigger than Charlo, more experienced. And I told a lot of the people who try to debate, they say, no, Charlo's bigger. You've seen in the fight that he wasn't bigger. His frame, just because your frame is bigger, you're not competing at the higher weight class. It is not the same. And I try to let people know. So I really, long story short, I agree with Teddy Atlas. Don't think Canelo is the greatest. He is a good little fighter though. But let me know what you guys think. I need Canelo to fight the people I need to see him fight. Andre Benavidez, you know, the winner of that. Definitely David Benavidez if he wins. And, you know, Bivol rematch. That's the guy to beat you. So you looked at you look below you to bring up Jermell Charlo instead of making sure the Bivol fight happened. And he's the guy that actually showed he could beat you. And it's funny because Canelo's like, I'm unbeatable now. He's unbeatable now, but you're not fighting the guy that just beat you a couple years ago. It don't make sense, right? That's my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.